Now, in this video, we're going to talk about your book real estate. Now, we are all about publishing your stories and inspiring more people, but let's be real, you can't buy more books unless you have money, right? And so we definitely want you guys to flourish financially as well and spiritually while helping other people with their dreams too and their goals. Now, the thing that a lot of self-published authors forget is about their real estate, and to take advantage of as much space as they can and focus on what do people look at first, second, and also third. With the real estate, sometimes that responsibility is left up to the traditional publisher. And if you don't ask or if you don't mention it, of course, they're not going to add it. So let's go through a few things on your real estate within a book to help you be financially successful. Now here on my books, I have a paperback book and I also have a hardback book here available. But let's focus here on the hardback book on the back of the book. Usually when someone walks into the store, okay, and they see your book on the shelf, it's the book cover that captures their attention. Did you know it takes 5 to 8 seconds for someone to decide if they're going to buy your book or not? Do you know that the title does play a part in their decision of reading your book? And if it's inquisitive enough, then they'll turn to the back of the book, your second part of your real estate. Now here on the back of the book, you know we already had the book summary, right? But also you can put what readers are saying. You can put testimonials on the back. You can also put 5 stars if they gave you a 5-star review. Maybe one of your friends, family members, or co-worker read a chapter of your book and now they want to recommend this book to other readers as well. It's called social proof, right? It's called word of mouth as well, right? So when your friend said this book is great, or even when a stranger says this book is great, you're going to want to know what this book is about. What did they see? What did they learn? How it inspired them that then will inspire you. It's just like a movie where you see that Time magazine gave this movie 5 stars and the movie hasn't even released yet, right? So that's the same way that you're going to use your book reviews here on the book. Now here at the bottom, you also want to make sure that you include your social media. A lot of authors don't even have their social media handles here on their book. It's very important that you keep your social media the same on all social media platforms. What you don't want to happen is, what is her name on Instagram? DLee Inspires 103 _ DLee Inspires, DLee Inspires capital S 253. You want to make sure that you keep it the same because then it'll be easier to remember, and that's part of branding. So when you have your social media icons on here, you're inviting them to learn more. Now, say for instance, maybe they didn't purchase the book because they didn't have enough money. Maybe they didn't purchase the book because of whatever the case may be, but they will take a picture of your information to find out more. You don't want to miss out on your next big speaking engagement because you don't have your contact information on the back. Okay? And then that way you'll take the hard part out of their search for you, or their search of your contact information and stuff like that online.
Still to come.
To the back of the book here, and please stay tuned because I have some bonuses to share with you. But here on the back of the book, after a person has read the book, as you guys can see, I have a flyer here in the back of the book. Now in this space in your real estate, you can put your upcoming webinar, your evergreen course. You also can remind them to leave a book review, to tag, to share.
So I saw this book on Amazon.com, the Desiree Lee Story, Inmate 1142980. And I read the reviews and I had to purchase my own copy. It's just such an inspirational story.
A high school student on her way to college in pursuit of the American dream. 2 weeks after graduation, her dream was no longer an option. Visit www.amazon.com and purchase your copy today.
Let them know your thoughts, to take a picture of it. You can also put a contest in the back of the book. Hey, look, if you use these hashtags, you'll enter in for your chance to win too as well. And this is very, very important because it's not just about you giving acknowledgments to the people who helped you with this book, but also to motivate them to want to know more. So say, for instance, you say, hey, look, with this book, you get 30 free videos, right? And the only way they can get access to those videos is if they purchase the book, because the information or the link or the private link to those videos are here in the back of your book here. So you definitely want to make sure that you include that in your real estate. Another thing that you want to do, which a lot of self-published authors forget this part, and it's one of my favorite ones because this is how I'm able to get a lot of speaking engagements around the world, is that you will see this in some traditional publishing companies will do this for some known authors. However, here in the front of your book, you want to also make sure that you put your presentations by, or your speaking, or your past books if you are an author of more than one book, right here in this section here. Why? Because people want to help you, but they just don't know how. They don't know where this will fit in their church, in their school. They don't know how this topic will fit, but they really love it, love your book, and they really love your story, and they really want to help you, but they just don't know how. So in these presentations, I tell them how. Prison prevention, imagine, create, become. I tell them how they can use this, how to eliminate fear and become fearless. I give them topics right here in the front of this real estate here, and then they'll say, oh, you know what? We do have a back to school event. Oh, we do have a youth day event too as well. So you want to utilize that, that space, that real estate, to really encourage your reader to say, hey, this is how you can help me. These are some of my topics that I speak from my book to assist you with. Another part, a lot of people see the small fine print here in this section here, and they just think of copyright information, right? However, this is very important information to include as well. Not just your copyright information, but how do they order your books in bulk, guys? I talk about this and preach about this so many times. It's easier to get 4 people to buy 25 books than it is to get 100 people to buy 100 copies of your book, okay? So here in this information right here in the front, you want to be sure to include where do they order more copies of the book. Maybe they have kids. Maybe they have a women's group. Maybe they even have a book club, guys. You got to think outside of just social media, which is great. I love it. But there's other avenues that are less traveled, and you want to be a big fish in a small pond and do the best you can until you can do better, okay? Another part or real estate throughout your book that you can have is not just photos within your book, but you also can definitely have activities in your book, multiple choice, word search, and so forth and so forth. And the last bonus that I want to share with you guys is not even in this book. Yes, you can include YouTube videos inside of your ebooks. Now, in the world of live stream, everybody's creating their video content. Everybody is growing. Even myself, like I'm here today in the studio speaking with you. You can literally include your video in there. It's not even a link. An actual play button inside of your ebook, your Kindle, or even a Nook, where they can actually hit the play button and they can watch your video there, and it will register on YouTube as another view. Isn't that amazing? Now, what would you use this for? Maybe you have an introduction of the book. Maybe you can do a verbal introduction of the section or a chapter in your book. Maybe you want to invite them to follow you on social media. Maybe you want to explain. Maybe it's a cookbook and you literally want to put the actual video of you creating the recipe that you told them inside of your cookbook in your ebook so they can follow along. They feel like they're a part. They can hear your voice and not just read or assume the tone of the book or the narrator and so forth, or the writer. Okay, so when you include your YouTube video inside of your ebook, you increase views. You can encourage them to become YouTube subscribers too as well. You could connect more to as well. And let's face it, not everybody has a lot of time to read, 200-page book. And if you can help them skip chapters so that they can feel as though that they completed this book and that they were successful, they finished something and they learned from it, then you have won. So listen, please utilize this opportunity, this bonus of including your YouTube video inside of your ebooks to gain more followers, to gain more subscribers, and to grow exponentially. I hope that benefits you, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video.